Right, I wanted to try a couple of ideas, and it's based on the solar waiver circuit designs that some of us have been making. This one here has been running for 5 months all the time, and it uses a 10F supercap for the overnights. And this rotor here, by the way, is unpowered. It's simply using the magnetics from the other rotor there to spin it around. And as I say, that thing's been running for 5 months now. It's normally on a windowsill and has been very good indeed. But we've been looking at bearings and using different kind of methods to eliminate some friction. And I thought to myself, well, let's go back to making something like a pendulum idea. We're going to put these cells on the front, and the thing does run nicely, but I didn't want to use a 10F supercap. I thought, can I make a cell instead, just a simple salt cell? And that then incorporates a couple of long-running experimentation sort of threads that a lot of us have been doing. So I went back to my successful kind of cells, well, most successful for me, running years and years on lead and carbon. So the thing is, I just wanted to use junk stuff, and this thing is definitely junk stuff. It must be a couple of decades old now, sealed SLA type. And you can see that's the internal structure of the positive plates. The positives always survive in these, and the negatives crumble into nothingness. And you can see how in there is the gel type stuff. Well, it used to be on the white kind of fabric, and the plates go either side. So you can see there's some kind of lattice that it's built on. I simply took some off. You should use gloves when messing around with lead. And then attach a clip at the top, so that forms the negative, and the positives come from batteries, used ones. You might use a dual thief to run the thing down to 0.6 volts or whatever. But instead of throwing it out, just take the carbon rod out the middle. As long as it doesn't say alkaline on the side of the battery, you'll be alright. So there's the internals. You rip the things apart, tear down the metalwork on the outside, take the stuff out of the middle, and then you end up with the rod. And that's what I've used as the positive. So at the moment, oh, by the way, there's a AAA version as well, see what you get. So anyway, so then I've used 2 teaspoons of alum and 1 trait of alum batteries. When you convert a car battery over to alum instead of the acid, is they don't charge up as high in voltage, but they do go on and on and on apparently with the power. And I thought, well, will that take a circuit such as this overnight running off that? So what I've done is I've charged that up at the moment. I've not used solar on this first run with 100 milliamps, and we'll see what it rests at. So this is after about an hour, and it's resting at about 1.1 volts. Next thing is I'll connect it up and we'll see if it runs that circuit. Okay, so now 1.143, connect up. This is the bit why I paused the video, just in case they didn't get the connection right. And there we are, it's starting up. It's slightly off-centered. I got that tip from OUBrads years ago. He said that if you off-center it slightly from the coil, the pendulum will start up better. And that's a pretty good swing there. Pretty good. Now looking at the voltage, see what happens. 1042, it should go up and down a bit as the thing fires and then doesn't fire. It's continuing to go down a bit here. What I'm going to do, of course, this is just the first video, I'll do updates and what have you to happen. I'd like to make a smaller cell using half of one of those AAA ones maybe, depending how this one goes. So at the moment the voltage is coming down a bit, and what I'll do, I'll come back in a couple of hours and see if it's still running. But this is the overview. What I'm going to do is put those 3 panels in series on the front edge, put the cell somewhere on there and see how the thing runs. And another thing being, how long will the thread last? Will it last a long time? Won't it last a long time? Don't know. Alright, quite a while later it's still swinging pretty nicely. That's cardboard, by the way, in the middle as a separator of the positive and negatives. And we've got 8.13, 12. It may bounce a little bit up again, yeah, 813, 814. So it's running along quite nicely, and the next part is I'll build it up into a sort of finished unit and then keep an eye on this cell and maybe change the mixture if it doesn't work out. At least, you know, with it being homemade, you can change all this stuff around. Might add a bit more alum or whatever, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, and here's the other 24/7 runner. This is the one with Smart Creations 2010's SS1cc. It can sometimes spin at that ridiculously fast rate. It's been going perfectly fine again for the last 5 months. It stopped a couple of times, but he starts up again. I've just got on top of my mixer here and then out to the window, but that other one, yeah, that's running fine, and the bearing and such seems to be fine as well on the tile surface. There we go, all wired up. I've got the 3 cells at the front and I've got the cell at the back there, and you can see the size of the lead plate hopefully at the front now, just to show that it goes pretty much down the length of the old pills bottle. But now we'll see what kind of data comes back for how this thing might run. Okay, thanks for watching.